10 days after my wife passed away, I finally found the courage to clean our bedroom. Not because I was busy, but because I was afraid to touch things that still carried her presence. Afraid that accepting her absence would make it real. Those 10 days passed in a strange stillness. I didn't cry much. I didn't talk much. Time kept moving forward. I didn't. That's when I found her journal, tucked inside the bedside drawer. I don't know why I had never noticed it before. Maybe because it had always been there, too familiar to stand out. A faded brown cover, worn edges, nothing special. I held it for a long time before opening it. Reading the private thoughts of someone who is gone feels like entering a room you were never invited into, especially when that person was your wife. But I opened it anyway. The first pages were ordinary. Small details, the weather, forgetting to buy milk, the neighbor's cat on the balcony again. I read slowly, not because it was difficult, but because every sentence echoed in her voice. Halfway through, something changed. But noticeably, the sentences grew shorter, the spaces between lines wider. She began writing about me. Not with anger, not with blame, just quiet observations. He comes home later than before. We talked tonight, but his eyes weren't really on me. I'm not sure he hears me anymore. I stopped reading for a while, not because I disagreed, but because I knew she was right. One page was dated clearly. 3 weeks before she died. I'm tired, but I don't say it. Not because he doesn't care, but because I'm afraid of becoming a burden. My chest tightened.
I'm tired, but I don't say it.
I had never imagined I was the reason she stayed silent. As I kept reading, a cold realization settled in. She wasn't writing to complain. She was preparing for the possibility that she might not be here anymore. Short lines followed. If I'm gone, I hope he sleeps enough. I hope he eats properly. I hope he doesn't blame himself for too long. I closed the journal. My heart was racing. The last entry was written just days before she passed. Short, simple. I waited for him to ask if I was okay. Not because I needed advice, just because I needed him to ask. Maybe he thought I was fine. I don't blame him. Some things, if you don't say them out loud, no one will ever know. I held the journal against my chest. The room felt smaller, heavier. I started noticing all the things I had overlooked for years. The way she kept everything neat, even when exhausted. The habits she maintained as if order could hold things together. The quiet consistency no one ever praised. How many of those were silent requests for help? And how many times had I walked past them without seeing anything at all? That night, I placed the journal beside my bed. I didn't open it again. Just knowing it was there was enough. Like being in a conversation where the other person would never respond. In the days that followed, one sentence followed me everywhere. I waited for him to ask if I was okay. While driving, standing in line, sitting alone at the table we once shared, I realized how often I had mistaken silence for strength. How easily I assumed that because she didn't complain, she didn't need anything. I thought love meant stability, providing, sharing the same space. I didn't understand that being present without attention is just another form of absence. I replayed moments in my mind, the pauses before she spoke, the soft "it's okay" she offered instead, the times I believed I would make up for it later. Now, I
Need you to
know
hear me
those
out on
pauses
this.
were
It
invitations,
means a lot that you're listening.
quiet,
I am here.
fragile,
Thank you for telling me.
and I missed every one of them. 10 days after my wife died, I understood something too late. Love
Just wonder
doesn't
where the
always
time goes
disappear
sometimes.
loudly. Sometimes it
Feels like
fades
yesterday,
in
doesn't it?
silence,
Yes, it does.
hidden beneath routine, patience, and unsaid words. And often, the people who need us the most are the ones who ask for the least. Her journal didn't give me answers. It gave me awareness, too late for her, but not too late for others. Now, when someone I love hesitates before speaking, I stop. When they say, I'm fine,
And so the little
I
bear
listen for
wandered
what
deep
isn't
into the
said,
woods, searching
because
for
the most
sweetest berries
important
he could
things
find before winter
are
arrived.
often the hardest to say out loud. And waiting for the right time is usually just a promise we make to ourselves while someone else quietly waits to be seen before it's too late.